Hey, welcome to WMBF News This Week. I'm your host, Michael Maley. A huge problem through the eyes of some huge guests today. Talking about teen pregnancy, talking it through the eyes of Farrah Abraham, who you've seen raise her daughter, Sophia, through the nation and really around the world, as well as Taylor Wilson, who brought Farrah here today. Ladies, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, great to be here.
And really, when I say that, it's really interesting because when you talk about a teen mom, we know the concept of it. Certainly MTV's kind of brought it front and center with Teen Mom and 16 and Pregnant. Your fourth season now with Teen Mom.
Yes.
And all of a sudden you're in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, thanks to Taylor Wilson of South Carolina Campaign to Prevent Teen Pregnancy, right?
Yes, exactly. And I thought it was very important that I'm here. They're really trying to cut down the numbers of teens that are pregnant and also prevent that from happening again. And they're doing a great job. It's actually at least at this point, at least 21% decrease. So it's been amazing strength, and to continue that over time to at least get an all-around 10% decrease.
Yeah.
So I think she's on her mission and doing it very well.
And talk about, Taylor, how you kind of put this together. I know you're very passionate about curbing teen pregnancy in the state and the region. How did you come together to say, all right, we know that she'd have a good influence and a good power, let's get her here?
Absolutely. Well, we work with our national partner, the National Campaign to Prevent Unplanned Pregnancy and Teen Pregnancy. And they work very closely with MTV on 16 and Pregnant and Teen Mom to create discussion guides so that these episodes and these TV shows can serve as a lesson for young people. So when we realized that we wanted to do something to bring awareness to Myrtle Beach specifically, we decided that what we would do is we would reach out to the National Campaign and get their recommendations, and they recommended Farrah. Yeah. We thought it would be a great idea to get her in front of young people so that they could ask the real questions. Not just like, what is it like to be on television, but can ask the questions about what is it like to be a teen mom?
Yeah.
And what is it like to make decisions for your life, for yourself and your child,
And of course, as we're taking a look at some of the video that Farrah provided for us, these are excerpts from, I think, is it Teen Mom?
And 16 and Pregnant,
and 16 and Pregnant. So when you look at that, Farrah, I got to ask you, when you look at it, do you see how much you've matured as a mother, as a person, as an ambassador to cut teen pregnancy?
I think I've grown a lot. It's an extreme amount of stress and emotions that I've been through over the years. Yeah. And I think, like Taylor knows, I wrote a book about it and it's going to be released next week. So I feel that through the whole process and looking back, I'm a complete different person than where I was when I started. And my viewers have seen me go through depression and grieving and, really making a lot of mistakes as a parent. And I think myself and others can only grow from that. So I'm happy that I had the opportunity to show that and help others around the world.
As far as being showcased in that light as a teen mom, is there a struggle, do you think, and maybe for both of you, of separating the celebrity, the fame, the attention that you get from the reality of, look, it's not just another day of a celebrity. This is a real difficult role that I'm on right now. And unfortunately, a lot of teens see, oh, it's just glamorous. You're on MTV, you're the superstar. Is it a struggle for you to say, hold on, guys, wait a minute. This really has changed my life, having this child, raising it by myself because you lost the child's father. How do you overcome that struggle? How do you put people in place and say, look, I was 18 at one point, on this show even.
I was 16. I was 17.
How do you put people in place and remind them, look, it's not just a celebrity?
Yes, like I was just on Dr. Drew's show yesterday, and we were talking and answering calls from other women, and they basically wanted to get into a comparison match with me about what is harder and what is easier, and I have no reason to act like anybody's story is harder or mine's harder. It's just what it is. We all go through struggles, and when you're a young parent, you cannot go around that. Yeah. That's why we try to prevent it now. And me trying to reason with somebody and say that I'm just like you and I'm normal and just because I'm on TV, I mean, there's hundreds of people on TV. It's not just me. Yeah. And I think by me coming here and talking to so many different people and really personalizing what it is that all of us go through, I think that's a bigger meaning than just being on TV.
Yeah, and Taylor, when you kind of research getting this going, I think that was kind of a concern of, all right, wait a minute, we don't want to glamorize the idea of having a kid, we want to glamorize the idea of the struggles so that more parents might make
Yes.
smart decisions, right?
Yeah.
Well, absolutely. We applaud Farrah for being willing to share her story. You know, to have to stand there and say, yes, I'm going to let someone record my life. If we were followed around with a camera every day, you know, what would we not want people to see? But she opened it up so that she could teach people, so she could share her story to help teens make healthier decisions.
Yeah.
And we really do applaud that in her, and her willingness to come here and actually talk to us and be present in our communities to help have these conversations continue is just so beneficial.
What would you say, for either of you, what would you say is the biggest obstacle for teens these days? In your research, going through it yourself, is it just the incessant peer pressure that we always face, and everybody wants to have a boyfriend? If you're a girl, they want to be popular and liked by a guy, and then it leads to sex, unprotected sex often. What's the biggest obstacle right now that teens out there are facing?
I think for me, the biggest obstacle is really having teens flip the switch in their head. Like, we do not, like, for me, even I remember, I was like, I do not need to engage in thinking that I need to go out and hang out and waste my time and feel like I'm fulfilling this emptiness in my life that I feel. So now it's more of like, I'm so thankful, I'm so happy that I can, you know, go to church and be positive about my life. I can stay at home and be positive about my life. I don't need to urge myself to go out and put myself in bad situations, whether that be with sex, drugs, I don't know, lying to my parents, whether or not, you know, all those things that really just put me down instead of making myself feel lifted up. And I think once you flip the switch, it's easier to improve somebody's life and be like, you don't need to engage in those things. And wait.
It's really young people feeling empowered to be responsible for their own reproductive health. That's really what we've got to do. A lot of young people, specifically in these communities that we work in, feel like they don't have any control over if they get pregnant as a teen or not. And you do have that control because you can make those decisions. So it's empowering young people and giving them the tools necessary, the education, the access to reproductive health services, the parent communication, all of those resources that young people can use to choose better behaviors. That's where we've got to do, and we have to empower these young people to own it. And that's what Not Right Now, Put Pregnancy on Pause is about.
Absolutely. Taylor Wilson of SC Campaign to Prevent Teen Pregnancy, and Farrah Abram, of course, of Teen Mom, season 4 now, right? We're going to talk a lot more about some of the struggles and even some of the battles on air and kind of how to get through those as we come back. Stay with us. Welcome back to WMBF News This Week. She has been a teen mom in front of the nation, even the world. Farrah Abraham of, Abraham of Teen Mom, as well as 16 and Pregnant. Thanks for being here. Taylor Wilson, SC Campaign to Prevent Teen Pregnancy. You know, you have the eyes of so many people on this show. When you first signed on at 16 and Pregnant at the age of 16, did you ever expect you'd be sitting here a few years later talking about this is why we can't have teen pregnancy?
No, I never did. But I think once I saw 16 and Pregnant and the impact that it had, I was like, I need to be doing something more with this position. I have this spotlight. I need to make sure I make a difference in a bigger and larger way. And so, you know, I just thank God for being here, because that's all I can think. And I just work hard every day.
And we see, we're looking at some excerpts. This is some of your video that you shared with us. There's your mom. We see, of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't ask this. Everybody has conflicts in family. The difference is yours is covered almost 24/7 on camera. For people out there who say, all right, we get that you're struggling as a teen, but geez, your mom's helping you out. She's helped out with Sophia and taking care of Sophia. What would you say to those people out there who say, you don't seem appreciative of the help that your mom gives?
Yes, and I get that a lot, but you need, as viewers, you need to be open and understand. Just because your parents are doing something, or if you're the parent and you're doing something for your teen, you should already be supportive and help them get through a tough and hard situation, no matter if we cause that on ourselves or not. I mean, there's a reason, there's a lot of reasons behind all this, and I write about it. And equally, your parents and yourself need to come together and be joined. So if there's like a communication problem, that's why you see us a lot in counseling. That's why we're fighting, that's why we're bickering, and I am very appreciative of all that my family does, but I do not need to be overly thankful. And I say this in a big way. When you're working on respect and getting the communication right in your family, don't ask for thank you, thank you, thank yous. It doesn't work. It needs to come natural. And my counselor has said this to my mom and I, and it's only helped us. Like, now we can at least be in the same room and not fight.
Which is good.
So it's like, it's an amazing thing. But I feel like the whole respect and the whole acting like you need to owe something to somebody, it doesn't help your communication or the common goal of just, we want to be happy together again and live life as it should. So I feel like be more natural and don't put so much restraint, so much, what is the word? Parenting? Don't use so much parenting involved.
As parents.
Yeah.
And part of your effort with the South Carolina Campaign to Prevent Teen Pregnancy is to encourage that dialogue and that discussion in a positive way. And look, it's not easy. We all know that. It's not always easy to talk to family and friends, especially family. So as you mentioned, you had a counselor kind of walk through some of the core of discussion. What would you say that you found in your research of teens you talk to who say, look, I can't talk to my parents, or when my parents bring up sex, I clam up and I don't know how to get through it.
On the website, there's a great talking dialogue, so different talking points.
Yeah, the South Carolina campaign has a parent portal which can actually help to ease parents into the conversation. So that's the first thing. We have tips and scripts. If you're nervous about starting this conversation, we'll help you, because here's, at the end of the day, if you're not teaching your young person about sex and love and healthy relationships, someone is.
Yeah.
Do you want it to be the media, or do you want it to be you? So we do have that, but we also want to encourage teens to start the conversation with their parents. Sometimes it's easier for a parent to do the parenting when the teen lets them know they need some help. So we encourage young people to go to their parents and ask questions and start a dialogue. It's not just one talk. It's a 24/7 dialogue where you have an open door policy. So that's what we really truly encourage, and we understand that you and your parents are not always going to agree. Lord knows I never agreed 100% of the time, maybe not even 50% of the time when I was a teen with my parents. But it was an open door policy, which meant that when I had a question about love, sex, and relationships, our relationship didn't come into it. It was teaching me, and educating me, and supporting me.
And Farrah, for you, do you feel like you ever had a conversation with your mom or family or relatives before you got pregnant?
No.
Nothing
And that's
at all.
one of the biggest things that my parents and I talk over, and through interviews, my parents were like, yes, we did need to speak more with Farrah and not act like it was a perfect world.
At the same time, though, if they would have come to you and said, look, Farrah, we're concerned about you, we just don't want you to go through life as a mom, might you have just said, look, I'm my own person, get out of my business, give me some breathing room? It's so hard sometimes to feel like you're not taking teens' independence away. So how would you have reacted had they said that, do you think?
I mean, the only conversation that I can quote and remember, which was also what I wrote down, was when my boyfriend and we were getting ready to go to prom. And they were like, we really want you guys not to have sex and just, take things slow. They acted too cautious. They weren't like saying, this is our expectation. We're really passionate about this. We want you guys to understand. It's more like we're treading on a very tight line. We don't know what to really say to these guys. So I just feel like this campaign is making it a wonderful thing for parents to know what to really stand behind and really be strong about, and not act like they need to be so cautious. We want our parents to be parents and speak to us. That's why we search for independence. We want to feel that.
Well, and it seems like so many parents, and I think, Taylor, we've talked about this before, so many parents want to be friends to their kids. They don't want their kids to be angry at them or upset. So I'm not sure if your motive for your parents was that way. Were they trying to be delicate because they didn't want to piss you off?
Well, here's the thing, though. By being delicate in such a way, you see my mom and I fighting. It's because, that causes that argument, that fight. It's more, because now it's too late. Too late, I got pregnant, now everything has taken its course. Now how are we going to get it back on track? And I tell my parents daily, I would rather you be a parent than a friend. And I feel the same way for my daughter now. So that's why I'm trying to understand everything that I'm learning. I learned so much. Next year I'll learn more about how to communicate better and every other thing about sex. I just feel like you have to keep it going. You can't just say I talked to them when they were 13 about sex. They should remember in 2 years if they are around that peer pressure. If they won't remember. If
we go back to that time right now, there's no way you would want to have a child, right?
No.
At that age, certainly not at that age.
And I was on, I was trying out contraceptives, I was on birth control, using condoms, and still those little mistakes can happen or something, complications, and you get pregnant.
And that's what happened, you're saying, in your case. So you were trying to be responsible. If you were choosing to have sex, you were trying to use contraception and be safe about it, and you got pregnant.
Yes, but also what's good to know is the facts behind what you're using. So if you're using a pill birth control or if you're using condoms, you need to know the side effects or why it would be
Less effective, maybe.
less effective. Yes.
It's interesting to know for sure. For people watching out there who say, you know, we watch you on the show, we enjoy the show, we like it, is it real? Is the show real? Did I
Yeah,
say?
it's
Now we know
real.
the cameras roll, but sometimes do you ever get the producers, if you can relinquish this, to say, well, you know, let's get that shot again because we really liked this angle or that, or do they try to take it pretty raw?
And usually it is very raw, it is very real. And for some of those instances where I'm talking with a friend and we're, you know, we're just talking because we haven't seen each other. And they're like, oh, let's get settled in. That's when I usually just say, you know what, guys, this is real and I'm not going to redo that. So I do stand up for that because I'm not trying to feed anybody like
A misguided agenda.
misguided
You're trying to
agendas.
be honest with what's going on in your life. And it's, I mean, it's compelling from the perspective of the struggles too. And I think a lot of times people like to watch those struggles. When we come back from the break, I want to ask you if you feel like people just love it when you fail. Is that just the idea that, oh, wow, I can't wait for...
That is what America is waiting on, for everybody
Sadly,
to fail.
in that light. But at the same time, I would think there's a lot of people like Taylor and groups that are trying to say, look, this is why. This is why we don't want teens to be pregnant.
And this is why we need more people like Taylor
to get out there and be a cheerleader, and people like you to team up with her. I mean, it's a great effort. It's a great concept. A lot more to talk about. To the former teen mom, still on Teen Mom, and the campaign to prevent teen pregnancy on WMBF News this week. Stay with us.
By looking at me, would you have thought that I've had a kid?
No, you're gorgeous.
Where did you pick this guy up at?
Be responsible. I am a mom. I am a teenager too.
I'm not a horrible mom.
You know, I'm still learning the best things from me and Sophia, and I appreciate your support.
I don't think we'll ever be completely away from each other.
Probably not.
Farrah Abraham, along with Taylor Wilson. You just saw Farrah in Teen Mom and a combination of 16 and pregnant. We're happy that you're talking to us about the importance of not being a teen and pregnant.
That's correct.
We saw a little bit of the conflict there, some of the bleeps there, some of the expletives that are bleeped out. You were talking earlier that you and your mom have kind of progressed. What again would you drive home as the reason or the way teens can progress with their parents as far as communication goes?
I feel communication should just be open. Don't ever hold back things, or don't think that, well, if I say this, my parents are going to take it as disrespectful. I feel like when you need to tread lightly on your words, that's when you know you need to communicate more.
Yeah.
Which equals aggravation and not talking, and then fights happen.
And they do happen, and they happen so much. And a lot of your critics, or maybe supporters too, would say, "God, she's so unthankful to her mom." I know that her mom is maybe overbearing, but she's helping out, taking care of Sophia at time here and there. Shouldn't she be more thankful? What would you say to them?
I'm thankful for everything that my parents have done and have grown with me, but I'm not going to be giving somebody overly too much credit.
Yeah.
I take a lot of the stress and financial responsibility and everything on my own with no help. So my parents being great grandparents, I love them for that. I'm happy that they're here and involved in my life and my daughters.
Yeah, and Taylor Wilson, you know, you organized this to get Farrah here. At the end of the day, it'd be amazing if her presence and our program right here saved even one teen pregnancy, even one.
Yes.
But there's hope that it's going much, much more beyond that, right?
Absolutely.
And you're using a lot of tools to do that. Let's talk about the website now for people anywhere can catch it. The notrightnowori.com, NRN-ORI, HORRY.com. I know on the website there's a number of resources and tips, and you kind of set it up like Facebook. You want people to be friends and fans of it, right?
Absolutely. What we realize is that when you're talking about teen pregnancy, we talk about teen pregnancy with teens, we talk about teen pregnancy with parents, and we talk about teen pregnancy with community members and decision makers.
Yeah.
At no point in time have we talked about it with all of them in the same place.
Yeah.
And so you have one solution here that doesn't work for this group, and this group doesn't believe that this group can really do the work. It becomes very confusing. So what we're trying to do with the website is put them all on the same page and say, okay, parents, teens, community members, talk to one another. A lot of community members aren't aware of the barriers that teens face in trying to make healthy decisions about love, sex, and relationships.
Right.
A lot of parents aren't aware that community members are not supporting education. So those kind of things that get involved, once we get them all onto the same page, can be very beneficial. So that's what the website is for.
And that's key. And again, I want to throw it out there again, NRNORI.com, HORRY.com, of course, for Horry County. Anybody can catch it at the website, no matter where you're at, obviously. Farrah, what are some of the biggest misconceptions for you, would you say, that are out there? And I ask you because I hope that maybe people can overcome those misconceptions in their own life. Of course, we talked about the celebrity. People think, oh, she's got it all made. She's this big celebrity right now. But what would you say, I guess, for teens watching that say, all right, I get the idea of not being pregnant, but I don't really have any motive. I'm not really ambitious. I'm not really excited about anything. How would you kind of encourage them as maybe part of your role to prevent teen pregnancy?
So I feel like if you're coming at me from that angle, and you're not ambitious, you don't know really where you're going in life, which I was there at one point in time, but I also thought to myself, I don't want anything in my life that makes my life harder. And that's what bringing another human being into this world does. And also it complicates things with your current living situation, your parents. You won't have as much money if you did have any money. So I feel like if you don't know where you're going in your future, just don't make your right now even harder.
At the same time, with all that, which is great advice, and I applaud you for it, at the same time, it seems like such a barrier for a parent to tell a teen what's important in their life, because so many teens feel like, oh, mom and dad, you just don't get it. You just don't get what I'm going through. Do you feel like the show and hopefully the campaign is starting to get in there just a little bit to show, all right, look, you think you know it all, teen? Here's what you get. You get all this responsibility. Is it making headway, do you think?
You know, I don't feel like it's whether who is a know-it-all or who is or good or bad or wrong or any of those expectations. I just feel like it's knowing who you are. So most teens, like myself at one time, I did not even know who I was. Now I clearly know what my purpose is, who I am, and it took me a couple years to get there. And, you know, to the point of like I could have killed myself on the way of getting there. So I just feel like as parents, it's not really about your expectations or what you feel. Kind of be hands off on that. Just kind of say, you know, I'm just letting you know this because it could help your life. It helped me at one point in my life. Like my parents finally now are like sharing stories with me about their college years, about this or that before they met, you know, my parent or, you know, mom, dad. And I think those are the easiest stories to share. Just like it's just as easy for us teen moms to share our story. All we have to do is not restrict the truth, and then others can learn from it. So I just feel like parents should be more open and be more honest. Yes, we all have made horrible mistakes. But wouldn't you rather save somebody else's life, body, and other, you know, issues from happening?
For sure. And that's a lot of your effort, really, that you're pursuing. And boy, I think it's a powerful message, for sure.
Yes.
Absolutely. We're really encouraged by what we're seeing in this community, people starting to really take hold of this issue. We're currently right now recruiting for young people who are interested in working on this with us. You talk about young people who may not know what their direction is. We'd love for them to come and check, Not Right Now, Put Pregnancy on Pause out. If you want to be a member of our Youth Action Board, we're going to have young people who are going to be on the ground, and they are going to be educated and know a little bit more than their peers about how to make better decisions about love, sex, and relationships. So they're going to be able to give a little bit more direction. And sometimes, you know, when teens are feeling like maybe their parents just don't get them, hearing it from a peer can be beneficial as well.
Or just having somebody else support them through a hard time.
Absolutely.
And you,
have a friend.
And you mentioned a hard time. I think it's going to be in your book as well, too. You were on the verge of suicide. Were you not almost considering it or almost thinking about it?
I was definitely one Christmas about ready to, you know, figure out how to kill myself. And I think now that I'm normal and sane, to go through that, you know, you're going to counseling heavily, you're on prescription medication, and you're trying to just get rid of your crazy brain and find your happiness and fulfillment again. And that's what I do talk about. And I talk a lot about what's going on in my mind so that others, you know, if they've never been through depression or grieving, or if they've never had a young teen parent in their household and they're just trying to see like a neighbor or maybe somebody at school and they want to help, they'll understand what they're going through and how to help.
Absolutely. And your book is coming out later this month?
Yes, August 14th.
Okay, for sure. That's great to know. As far as getting out there and meeting and talking to people, what kind of a response do you get from people out there when they see you? Besides those who might say, oh, I hated what you did on this show or that show.
I never get hate in my every day. That's more like on the internet so they can hide behind the computers. Usually I just get that they're very happy and proud of me, and they love to see that Sophia's happy and healthy too. I mean, I love my fans and seeing me every day, and besides giving a picture or whatever, I mean, it's just all good feedback.
Yeah, and that means so much. And it's got to be kind of exciting for you to see, all right, all my work paid off. I've got Farrah here. She's speaking to our
I'm all
tune
about it.
to get the message out there,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. We're thrilled to have her here. We're going to have young people who are going to be a part of a conversation with Farrah this afternoon in Myrtle Beach, which we're really excited about. We've got a lot of great photos and videos from Farrah, and we're definitely going to use this momentum that she's building in this community to continue to knock down barriers and see that 10% decrease in the next 3 years.
And again, the website, nrnori.com, if people want to get involved, of course.
Absolutely.
Okay, we're excited to have people there and do that, and we're thankful for your time today, Farrah Abraham.
Yes, thank you.
And Taylor Wilson, we wish you both the best of luck, and of course we'll continue this campaign to prevent teen pregnancy, right?
Yes,
Thanks,
thank you,
ladies,
South
for your
Carolina.
time. All right, thanks, ladies. And everybody, we hope you have a great weekend, and think about preventing teen pregnancy every chance you get.
Haley was in the P